What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I was gonna come in here a ranting and a raving, but I said, let me calm down. Let me give you a good show here, because don't want to go off on nobody. Nah, but I I have four major reasons why Americans will not be staying home for the holidays, and I have numbers. Right? Women lie, men lie, numbers don't lie. Right? And so I started this conversation because I was going to do a whole different show today. Whole different show. But the reason we are doing this show, and thank you if you're here, this is your girl Erica Williams from Classy Climb blog, author of the Smartphone Millionaire book. How to invest in people, businesses, and real estate from the palm of your hand. Also, manage millions in assets. Also, been in business over 10 years. Also, a slayer of multiple dragons. Also, a person who's invested most of their life saving and keeping companies going. So I know a thing or two about zombie companies, and I know a thing or two about companies that are going up and going down. And just for the record, for those of you, if you want to Google me, because somebody Googled me on a little network, somebody Googled the income of the business. And just to put it out there, if you Google certain businesses, your taxes are public record. So yes, for the creep who emailed our office, those numbers were spot on. Okay, so there's that. Since you want to be a little weird. I want you to understand that true business people will pursue, will keep going, will keep doing, will keep producing. This is nothing but a speed bump. And what Americans are learning right now is, okay, I've been sitting in my house all these months, and this ain't making me no money. This ain't putting food in my children's accounts. This isn't changing our life for the better, right? And I'm going to just go ahead and flip it to you. I'm going to show you the numbers. All these articles and studies telling you need fresh air, you need to be outside, you need to be walking. And then there's a component to it where we have Americans, and I'll just do the old Bible story. You had the prodigal son and the son who stayed home, right? The son who stayed right up under daddy, working every day, doing everything every day. The prodigal son out there living their best life, wilding, hitting the streets, hitting the bars, spending all his inheritance. He out there living in the slums and I got a whole daddy. I'm going to go home. And the father welcomed him back with open arms. The brother that's been sitting side by daddy, side by side, sitting there working his little butt off, is like, hey, daddy, why come you giving him a party? Why couldn't you give me a party? Son, you could have had a party if you just opened your mouth and asked. Just saying, paraphrasing a lot there. Don't come after me, Baptist or non-denominational. Don't come for me in the chats. I use that because a lot of people are using words that children use. These people are selfish. These people just can't stay home. Why they gotta be outside? Why they gotta stay outside, right? This is silly. This is what 5-year-olds say about someone enjoying their life. They're being selfish. Let's just put it this way. 50%, almost 48% of Americans are single, not married. Now, some of y'all got some situationships. Some of y'all got some partners living with y'all. Some of y'all got some things going on. You know what I mean? But for the record, okay? For the record, 48% of our society is unmarried. And so within the way our body works is communication with people. We see this all the time at old folks' homes. They've done studies on prisons. That's why it's against the law now to put people in isolation, in cells by themselves for more than a week, because they go mentally insane. Literally, this isn't a made up thing. They go mentally insane. So they literally have lawsuits against that because it's cruel and unusual punishment. Okay. So when you see that suicides for usually in a year of the United States are happening in the equivalent of a month, someone saying, yeah, people should totally just stay at home and isolate themselves. That's crazy. So last night I went out, and so we were at this place and we were eating, and it's like 2:00 in the morning and it's packed. It's everybody named Mama out. And I don't know if it's because it's Saturday. Is the club let out? I put a video up on the community section showing y'all 300 cars at the club over here, Rodeo. I put it out there. And I was talking with the two men that were sitting to the right of me, and both of them had been going into work since May 1st. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's not a big deal. Going into work. Good. He's like, out of a building of 400 people, only him and this guy that's sitting beside us on their floor were going in. So out of a building that had 400 people, different companies, different things, only about 50 were showing up to go to the building every day. But they all said the same thing. They said, I just can't do it at home. I need the structure. I have to get up, put my clothes on, and go to work. I cannot live like this. And these are two well-to-do men working downtown Austin. And I could tell you the building, but I can't. Money. So even if they have the option to be home, I can't do it. Mentally cannot do it. So I'm sitting there, I'm listening to him talking. I'm like, okay, yeah. It's 2:00 in the morning. It's packed. It's college students. It's other people. It's older people. People are chatting with each other. Nobody got no mask on. There's several people with masks, and there's some people not. And then there's one guy pulled his mask down and say, "Oh, what are you guys eating?" It was outdoor place. What people don't understand is what makes life special is people. So when people are talking on the internet and saying antisocial things, which I'll say these things, which you can go come for me and I'm okay. I want all the smoke. Oh, I'll never date. I'll never marry. I'll never have kids. I'll never be in these situations. I'm gonna be a loner in the forest. Yeah. Even the people who subscribe to that, and I'm just saying Aaron Clary, not even a diss, but like Aaron Clary even espouses that he has a girlfriend. He telling all these people don't marry nobody, but he has a girlfriend. And he keeps letting you know he's had this girlfriend over 10 years almost. And not only has he had this girlfriend for 10 years, she lived with him, she traveled with him. And he goes and visits all his friends and goes hiking with his friends and lives a life. So when people sit here and try to repeat red pill talking points to me, the people who are leaders of your community don't even do what you say you want them to do. They live with women. They have great relationships with women. They have children. A lot of them are married. And they're on camera telling you, no, you be alone. I'm not going to tell you to do antisocial things that put your mental health and your life in danger. That's antisocial. So I can get all the smoke I want off of that. I just had to say that. Okay. Now, with that being said, what are the 4 things? The 4 things are people, prospecting, follow-up, money. Now you're going to say, Erica, that sounds like a sales course. It's not, but it is. But it is the 4 reasons why. Okay? Money. A lot of these people do not have the skill set to be physically at home doing something online. This is the dream. This is the dream everybody is still trying to promote to you, to sell to you. Is like, yeah, we all gonna make money online. And guess who's really making money? Look at the numbers of the Hispanic community the last 2 years. Income went up 30%, home ownership went up 30%, business went up 30%. Why? Because skills matter. Hand trades matter. Me putting my hands to your house and fixing it. Me cutting your grass, me repairing your plumbing, me doing your electrical. All those things pay big money. So to tell those men who are building our society and women, Asians, all those people that do construction, that they're selfish for going out of the house and working to keep this society running is silly. It's silly. It's the silliest thing I've ever heard. To tell these truckers that they need to be home. That don't even make sense. So you want the whole country to stay and shut down and we all sit in our houses for 6 months rocking like a psycho and it magically no one will die. You sound like a slave. You sound like a child. Do not come on my channel and tell me how much you're smarter than me because you choose to be a slave. Please get that out of my face. It's insulting to your intelligence to even repeat back these talking points. Even the mayor of New York, who keeps getting challenged on his numbers, less than 3%, closing schools, doing all these things. He's reaching for a control. Y'all did everything he said to do. The numbers are down under 3%. And now he wants to lock you back up again. And you sit there and you applaud like sheep. No. We will not celebrate that here on this channel. No. We don't do that. Now, again, the 4, people, prospecting, follow-up, money. Okay? So your first initiative is to know how much money do you need. The reason you see people, and I'm going to just go there on these sugar baby sites, on these unfortunate sites, prostituting, stripping, all these things, they don't know how much money they need to live. I'm going to just say that. They don't know because the math on a $10 an hour job could take care of a lot of them. Thank you so much, Hannah. It was a great job doing that podcast. They were very nice. I'm gonna go back and watch it because they don't know how much it takes to live, and they're selling a depreciating asset. I'll say it that way. We built a society where people can specialize in their specialized career, and we're like, very good specialized career. Okay, right? But we don't celebrate people who are well-rounded in life. Again, people who are in families and come home to an intact family, mommy, daddy's there, and kids are there. You are your own community. So to deprive these people out here who are living their everyday life, communicating with people, having interaction with humans, and telling them they are selfish is in yourself the most entitled, disgusting thing I've ever heard. When I'm on Facebook and people are like, yeah, it's always some mom with 4 or 5 kids. I'm staying safe for my kids. Girl, what are you talking about? You got an Instacart person coming dropping food off your house. You got an Uber Freight person dropping food off your house. You got people, your husband's still going out there every day interacting and breathing on people. But yet you're the safe, responsible mom. Check yourself, ladies. You sound crazy. You sound a little crazy. Okay? I'm just a little bit, come on, bring it up here. You don't sound like you're all there. And a lot of people are sitting here trying to figure out, yeah, how can I get the money without doing anything? I'm sorry, that's over. Again, if you aren't paying attention to the breadcrumbs that I have been dropping on this channel, Kamala is opening up those H-1B visas. People with skills are going to come here and eat your lunch because y'all are not ready. Y'all are trying to figure out how to make courses and you don't have a skill. Yeah, I said it. We used to joke when we saw the top 100 businesses on Teachable. Some were just like, how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, selling recipes on sandwiches. And again, people will buy that because moms are not cooking. People's wives are not cooking. Somebody got to figure out how to cook. Okay. And so you see people wanting to sell something, they don't have a skill. Okay. One of the biggest things is learning, absorbing a skill. Again, 4 biggest major problems you'll ever have, 4 reasons why people are not going to the house. People, prospecting, follow-up, and money. Prime example, people. What did we learn this year about people? People have increased substance abuse. People have increased scamming, robbing, low vibration stuff. Because 1, they don't know their freedom number. 2, they don't know how much money they actually need to live and budget and make sandwiches and eat rice and beans if that's what they must do. You have people standing out here in lines with their car running, gas burning for hours to get a $50 box of food. Come on now. Make it make sense. You're going to burn more gas than the food is worth. Erica, those people need that food. No, those people saw free turkeys and potatoes and went in the line and got in the line. Keep it 100. Keep it 100. Okay. Now, again, with the people, I learned this year, which I will do a whole in 2021, when we get about May 2021. Ooh, honey, I'm going to cut up. Woo, I'm going to cut up because I'm going to do a trucking video and I'm going to just break down because it'll be about 2 years in almost 3 years in trucking at that point. And then I'm going to say my piece. Because a lot of people out here are preaching and teaching you things that I can't get to say what I want to say because I'm just a good person like that. But what they don't understand is the thousands, if not thousands of dollars you will invest in trucking because of what? People. It's not always the machinery. It's the people. We got a driver right now say, oh man, I got to go home and bury somebody. I said, man, damn, that's sad. Go home, take care of your family. He been gone for 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Got the truck parked at his house. I'm like, excuse me, I'm sorry for your loss, but I'm gonna need you to give me a date on when you're gonna get back in the truck, or do I need to send a new driver to go get the truck? See, people. Every bit of every life, every skill, every job, every business y'all can think of, you're going to have to deal with people. I can't tell you all the things I love hearing in the behind the scenes from all these business creators. But trust me, we have hilarious stories and hilarious chats on Instagram. My staff see them. They laugh. the crazies be out. The crazies be out. So again, no matter the business you try, no matter the investment you do, you still have to deal with people. Make sense? Okay, makes sense. And so whatever business model you're thinking, come back, Camber. Whatever business model you're thinking about, it has to remember you have to deal with people. Okay, you have to deal with people. Now, prospecting. What is prospecting? A lot of y'all, I get these calls, I get these consulting calls about, hey, Erica, I want to do this. Let me think how I want to say it. I want to do this or that. And yeah, I don't want to spend no money. I ain't got no money. Me and my family, we ain't got no money. First of all, if you don't have a mandatory $100 to $300 budget for advertising starting out the gate, I can't help you. Again, in May of next year, I'm going to do a whole video. I'm going to do probably a whole course about how I know how people, you're seeing some people are like, man, they shot up, Erica. Man, on YouTube, they got 100,000 subscribers. Man, these other people over here, they doing a podcast, they doing this, they meeting all these people. I'm going to really break it down to you how they really did it. It's called paid marketing. See, you see over here, because you weren't paying attention, you thought they did that organically. No. And now that I've been in YouTube for 7 years, 6 years-ish, 5 years-ish, but business for 10 years, I can tell you that first 2 years, if I could go back, 2 years of organic, next 3 years, nothing but paid. And pump that traffic up, pump it to the ceiling. And that is why Alex Becker made almost $30 million. And some people who are selling ads only made $1 million. There are several Black business creators who have made $3 million this year. And you see them on Facebook ads and people are like, oh, they running Facebook ads. I'm like, yeah, he made $3 million this year. So that's part of that. So people prospecting, if you think you're going to come out here without a platform that you prospect on, again, don't sleep on Pinterest. Don't sleep on Facebook. Don't sleep on Instagram. Don't sleep on YouTube. YouTube, I'm going to say, is the best. But if you don't have a way to reach people to prospect your business, you don't have a business. If you don't have an email list, you don't have a business. Because this man can turn off all this tomorrow. And guess what? I'm still going to be able to email about 11,000 people tomorrow. That's just is what it is. And not only would I have access to email 11,000 people, I'd create a new mail list and put it on Instagram and go, yo, they shut me down. Catch me here for the new video and the new channel. And then I'd have another list of people who are really engaged. Start a new channel and email those people. Hey, new video at my new channel. The man took me down. Come on now. Hope you're following. But yeah, at some point, you're going to have to prospect. You're going to have to reach and connect people. I have 2 of the courses that are coming out. I'm trying to finish them. There's a lot going on over here. One is No Kingmakers. You don't need nobody's cosign to get you out here. You don't need it. You don't need it. You can prospect straight to the customer. This class is coming out. I'm putting it out 24 hours or less here. I'm trying to finish it out. But also the one, How to Fight Clean in a Dirty World. Because at the end of the day, if you're on this internet, this man's internet, people say all kind of craziness. And you have to learn how to fight it. You have people like Dana Loesch, several people in the conservative space, several people in the liberal space who are making crazy money because they're knowing how to reach people and how to fight clean in a dirty world. Okay? So those are 2 courses that are coming up. The other ones, I don't know if I can finish them in time enough for Thursday, but we'll see how the things go. But again, follow up. How do you follow up people? How do you follow up people? Did you know that 84% of first-time home buyers, the first agent that reaches them, they work with that agent? Did you know that? It's one of the number one thing Keller Williams teaches. These wholesalers that I did a video yesterday about Philly and people complain about these wholesalers. People know every 90 days they should follow up with you because something might change, right? So you've had these people stuck in the house all year. They see everybody and their mama out there putting the booty in the air for summer, spring break. They done lost their mind. They on the urge of the last nerve. Yes, they're going to get on a plane on Thanksgiving and go see their family. You're not going to tell them they're not. They've sacrificed for a year and the cases didn't come down. They know it's winter. This is the natural thing. Listen, I remember when airlines, I think it was 2015, airlines were super expensive that year for whatever reason. And the car increased traffic went 3x. So people couldn't fly, but they were driving. We live in a society where a lot of people can afford about a $200 airplane ticket. And I'll give you an example. I kept meeting people here from North Carolina in Austin. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm from North Carolina too, man. Yeah. They'd be like, yeah, man, that 20-hour drive is terrible. And I go, you drive? The flight direct to Raleigh is it's $180 round trip. Really? Oh man, that's great. But I ain't got no car when I get there. You can get a rental car. Oh no, I can't get a rental car. So what people are telling you is they have enough money, which is about $200, to drive there to North Carolina 20 hours and then drive back home. Drive back here to Texas in about 4 or 5 days. It takes you 20 hours to drive. So when people try to tell me they're doing big things, I know the threshold of pain for many Americans is $200 to $500. I know that. Right? I know when I sit here and tell, O'Shea Duke was just saying, the other day on his channel, about 250,000. Some other people about 400,000, about $500,000. Some of these people, the threshold for pain is still a pain point for me. But I'm not going to sit here and drive for days when you could pay $200 for a flight. That's how bad America is doing. So when people try to sit here, well, Erica, I make $80K a year. You can't tell me nothing. Baby, I know the math. These people don't never take no flights all year long. They don't never go on any vacations. They don't go anywhere. They save up just enough money to put them and their children on a flight for Thanksgiving or Christmas and come back to their state. So when you tell me, are Americans going to stay home? No, they're not. They're going to go because this is the amount of money they've saved up for the one time a year that they can get on a plane and take their children and go. Again, the math doesn't lie what's going on with this country. So let's go ahead and share, because we've been going on for about 20 minutes now. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay. Y'all are wilding out in here. Thank you, Florida Fastley. Stop it, Cal. The National Guard. So let me be very clear. Some of y'all are like coming for Texas, like, Erica, Texas. See how Texas. I'm like, okay, I get you. But guess what? We're on a border town. The people that go to San Antonio, 9 times out of 10, you'll run into somebody who don't speak English. Ask Nick in here. Ask King Nick in here. San Antonio is a hub of transportation, and people are coming from the border of Mexico up to here, dropping stuff off, eating food, talking to people, connecting hands, touching, all that, breathing air, coughing, and then go back to Mexico. El Paso on the border. So when people see here like, well, Dallas ain't on the border. Houston ain't on the border. Baby, you don't live here. I'm trying to help you not look dumb. But, if you want to look dumb on the internet, you can do it. It's up to you. We touch border country. The border country is not keeping the same numbers as everybody else because they don't have to. Mexico don't care what we think. But there is a huge number of people who are recovering. And there's a huge number of people that work in our society. Asking Nick, what does San Antonio look like? It's a border. It is a hub of transportation. So you have people coming from all over the country, Ohio, Canada, Mexico, dropping off goods and services, interacting with each other. Okay. So again, I just had to say that because a lot of times people get on my nerves with this. Texas got high numbers. How come Texas has high numbers? New York is more dense. Again, every time y'all keep trying to bring up this reason why New York is magical and different. Honey, we're out here breathing the air. We're moving and traveling and doing all these things. Again, y'all are staying in your homes, but yet you're still getting high sick numbers. Why is that? Because that don't work. Okay. But again, this is true. It really does. You can't, Ty Davis, you cannot tell people what to do inside their homes. This is the Constitution. This is why we pulled up on the red coats and said pew, pew, pew. See, people are so willing to be, I'm just going to say the word slave because that's what it is. Yeah, I'm going to do what the government told me to stay in my house for 6 months. I'm going to go homeless with no money in my pocket, but the government told me to stay in my house, Erica. So I'm going to do that. That's slave talk, baby. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. Francis Ball, exactly. It's really getting crazy. What's up, Nick Taylor? Tell him, Nick Taylor. Tell him how San Antonio is, man. They gave him an Emmy because he is acting, and they are ridiculous. There you go. If you have to, you do what you got to do. No, Christian, anytime, listen, you should be connecting and talking to people now in North Carolina if you're getting ready to buy, so that you just have a finger on the pulse of the area you're trying to buy in. I'm going to leave that alone. Thank you, Elena PF. I try. Listen, I'm telling you, they are. They're going to bring all these people from other countries. I already know people that work at Google and Facebook. Thank you. I'm telling you. Let me go ahead and share my screen, though, so we can get focused. Oh, I forgot to plug my computer up, y'all. This thing about to die. Whoopsie. Hold on. Let me get my plug, y'all. Hold on. Put a 1 in the comments if you're enjoying the conversation such far, though. I'm back by popular demand. Okay. Again, this is a beautiful website someone made for our office. Okay, beautiful website. They did a good job. Hope y'all like that. Hope you like it. Okay. Boom. Anyway, next. COVID recovery numbers. Because y'all are like, Erica, what do the numbers say? Here are the numbers. Okay. Ready? Are y'all ready? Now, this, of course, is, let's look over here. All the way to the right. Oh, all the way. We've had over 58 million cases worldwide. We've had over 37 million people recover. Let me say that again. You basically had almost 40 million people recover. Okay? You had 1.3 million deaths. Most of those deaths happened where, y'all? Italy. All right? Here in Texas, we've had 1 million cases, 21,000 deaths. I'm going to tell you, like I told everybody else, if you go dig into the records of a lot of these people, they had pneumonia, they had the flu, they had other things. They were over 400 damn pounds. They were having heart problems. Again, they have yet to show me a picture of somebody who is slim, fit, eating vegetables, drinking water every day, and has happened to die. Again, we live in America. America, what's going on in America? Look, I'm even saying it about Texas. Texas, we have an obesity problem, and we have a high blood pressure problem. These people aren't in perfect health. As much as y'all want to joke about my weight, every time I go to the doctor, I got perfect blood pressure, no cholesterol problems, jog on the treadmill. Honey, I know what I'm talking about. Okay? A lot of these people got pre-existing conditions, and they probably got diabetes. Okay? We just don't know about it. Now, Travis County, we do have 36,000 cases. So I just want to show these numbers because people be like, Erica, the numbers. And magically, Africa still ain't got no numbers. Ain't that something, y'all? Anyway, next, let's go on over to here. As U.S. COVID cases soar to 200,000 cases. Whoops, sorry, it's messing up. Quit it. Uh-oh, hold on. Let's stop share. Let us go back again. Oops. Let me share it again. Quit playing with me, computer. Quit playing with me. Okay. Now, here's the thing. I know several people who work in healthcare, and if you get the flu shot, if you get any kind of treatment, almost, you will. Uh-oh, it's acting up again. Let's go ahead and stop share. Let's cut this one. This one's not a good video for us. You will have you can flag a positive test result if you've had the flu vaccine. If you've had a cold, if you've had flu, you can trigger these positive results. That's why people are very hesitant, okay, to just take you at your word on some of these numbers. Now, let me go ahead and close some of these windows. Maybe that might help it. Let me close some of these windows. We got all these windows open. That might help it. Okay. Let's see here. Let's try it again. All right. So again, like I was saying earlier in the video, the international community is studying this. The Pan American, that means Canada, America, and South America, Pan American Health Organization is telling us that the suicide rates as of this is September 10th, 2020. So I know y'all be in here like, well, that article's 2 minutes old. It's too old. Oh my God, Erica, the article's old. This one is from September 10th. Okay, is affecting people's mental health, especially the workers who have to get up every day and go to work. We are seeing increased depression, domestic violence, and substance use. We're seeing it all over increased in the Americas. And when we say in the Americas, we don't just mean United States, we mean Canada and South America. Suicides are up in some regions 36% between the ages of 25 and 44. And between the ages of 45 to 59, 26%. Grenada and Suriname have the highest suicide rates in the region. Of course, suicide rates for men are higher than they are for women and account for 78% of all the deaths. Men are three times more men than women kill themselves in high-income countries. But in middle income countries, it's only 1.5% for each woman. So that tells you these people living in the United States and Canada, which are high income areas, are offing themselves. Okay. So when people sit here and say, well, we should just all hide in our house and this will help everybody. No, that's not going to help everybody. And again, a lot of the past bros, white and black, are like, I'm just going to move to Mexico and save myself $2 every month. I'm just going to live in another country. Listen, you can take your $10K from your tax refund check and go live in another country. But at some point, you will have to figure out 4 things: people, prospecting, follow up, and money. Again, you will run out of money at some point. So you have to figure out how to get more money. 2, you're going to figure out people. You got to figure out how to speak the language and actually interact with those people. Most people you see on here on YouTube that travel, there's some girl that travels with them and she ain't there for free. Come on, baby, miss me with that. I'm going over there to get the femininity. No, you're not. You're going over there because you are broke. Keep it 100. Figure out how to do your life where you are. All right. So again, you can read this. These are actual doctors who research this. Next, let's get some more doctors. CDC disease control. Mental health, substance abuse, and suicidal is up during the pandemic. June 24th through 30th. Again, you can go down here. You can see it. Trauma started. They started using substance abuse. Okay. You can go down here. Anxiety, PTSD, everything. You name it. You can research this all on your own. Y'all always want to ask me, where you get them numbers from? And them numbers must be some fake Trump numbers. So, well, here you go. Real numbers. All right. Here's the elemental. Look at this window open with the breeze. Germ cleaning power of an open window. April 9th. If the space is small and poorly ventilated, there is evidence accumulated of CO2 can cause drowsiness, poor concentration, and other symptoms. Let's say that again. CO2, which is you breathing in and out your same mask, can cause drowsiness, poor concentration, and other symptoms. And it can be the same for your house. So you can read these articles that the World Health Organization, not just some doctor, imaginary health doctor on the street, came up with. Okay. So you guys can go check that out. Here's another one. Piedmont Healthcare. Ha! Look at that. Isn't that something? The doctors at Piedmont Healthcare said, you know what you should do? Go outside. Protect yourself this summer. Stick to outdoor activities as much as you can. They tend to be safer than indoor activities. Look at that. They recommend you wash your hands and cover your face and social distance. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? That these doctors are telling you, get out your funky house, okay? Look at this. Some more doctors, NPR even reporting some of these doctors are saying, get out of your house. Isn't that something, y'all? I tell you, these doctors, what do they know, right? I'm going to stay in my house and not do a thing, all right? So again, I'm doing this video because I want you to understand that for those of you who think, okay, Erica, I'm going to sell stuff online. What is the worst time to get in e-commerce? Everybody let us know in the chat if you know this answer. If you don't, you may not be in the community enough to know. When is the worst time to start your e-commerce store? Exactly. There you go. There you go. Stock up on that tall tissue, y'all. Majority of people made it. Listen, Mark, there you go. Mark says $3 a day. Floyd said more like 1,000. It depends on your area. It depends on your city, Floyd. I'm just saying your starting basics. If you don't even have $100 to $300 to start, a lot of people are setting themselves up for failure. Listen, exactly. Rihanna, superstar international, is up there with Beyonce. She had to go put some big boys in her Fenty underwear to put out ads, okay? There you go. Thanks to you, I'm starting my IT journey. Well, thank you for the 999. Darren Spaley, congrats to you. Goddess Noel, you can use a debit card. Fluffy Fabulous, I'm just telling you, man. People out here driving 20 hours. Listen, Canada is... Listen, you know there's a reason why these van life folks has moved out way to the middle of nowhere and buying properties in the Canadian wilderness, like 5 hours away. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean King Nick. I meant Nick Taylor. Exactly. See, this is the funny thing, Nick Taylor. They're like, oh, they're putting bodies in freezers and everything's going terrible. And I'm like, hey, are y'all even actually in touch with people on the ground? Do you know what you're talking about? They just put the tree up. Okay. Again, Lackland, all this stuff. They have so much space. They brought in nurses from Fort Bragg to come help over here in San Antonio. They got plenty of space. They don't need those freezers. Trust me, the bases have tons of freezers. Salute to you. I almost went with a traveling group over to Dubai, but here's my thing about Dubai. I just, we're a little too close to the Muslim countries. I don't want to have no problems. Okay. SIA, XPO, and CFI all have hubs in San Antonio. Yeah, there's a lot I would love to say about trucking, but I'm not gonna say it. Nick Taylor in the future may do a show with me on it. But yeah, all these hubs are down there. And you guys are gonna see some unique stuff happen next year for sure. Listen, I was saying that those communities have been going to school, they've been going to parks, they've been doing whatever they want in New York, but we're gonna be quiet about that. Certain folks. There you go. Second largest UPS hub is here. UPS, 7 states. Okay. And people sitting here, well, Texas, why y'all got all these cases out there? Because we move the country. Go read 4 or 5 books on why Texas moves the country. Of course. So let's be very clear. Abbott calls the National Guard for everything. We have Camp Mayberry here in Austin, Texas. And people go, why do we have a base right here by Austin? to protect the capital. San Antonio's right beneath us. So if you're home and you want some more orders and some more hours and some more money, come on now. Oh, Black Becky, you already know. You already know. Y'all love him up there. This Nick, tell them. See, this is the people. People love saying stuff about Texas, and they have no clue of the size and the scope of this state, and why they always joke about just breaking off from the rest of the United States. The National Guard are already in San Antonio. It's like me saying, instead of you come to work this weekend, you're gonna come to work Monday through Friday. Again, if people use words. This is how I also know people have no connection to military life. The military only was 1% of the whole United States population, less than 1% actually. And we're like a minority inside a minority. Like people always say they know somebody in the military, but growing up as a kid in the military and knowing other veterans and being actively around other veterans, like when you hear certain things, you're like, that just means my cousin's going to work for 2 weeks. He activated it. Okay. Come on. That's, you know what I mean? That's all that means. Rose is like any other place. Again, New Yorkers are coming out of New York. They will need somewhere to live. I would strongly suggest you go reach out to Charm City buyers. I know. Underlying conditions, all kind of stuff. There you go. Listen, do what you have to do, man. I saw somebody's meetup the other day in Houston. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Get off Google Maps. Listen, that water something else. They already showed you. There was a study that showed gyms were tracking like 50,000 people who went to the gym over the past 6 months, and like less than 2% of those people got COVID. And those are people going to the gym every day, touching stuff. You know, they're tracking them. They're checking their temperatures. They're doing all that stuff for 6 months. They're tracking them. Nah. Thank you. Come on. Nick Taylor, I'm telling you, I'm about to have a 350 car, 350 semi truck location where I will have telehealth health doctors coming in and out of that place. Y'all don't think I'm researching this stuff? Y'all don't think I'm digging into this information? Yet you have people here on the internet like, well, the TV told me, Erica. Okay. I don't care what TV told you. Listen, it works for the Sicilians. Opiate use back up. It is. Yup. I don't understand, Angela. Let me tell you, I saw this guy walking. There was no one around him. Like I'm driving in my car down this neighborhood to go to my friend's house, and there was, for as far as the eye could see, there was nobody. Just him and this dog walking. And this dude was like 300 pounds, maybe 350, and he just walking with his mask on. I'm like, you already struggling to breathe. You waddling. Take the damn mask off. It's just you and the dog. Unless you got the cough. Why you got a mask on and there's no one on this whole street? He's the type of person like, well, I gotta stay in my house to be safe. No, you need to walk more. And I want y'all to understand about hospitals. A lot of y'all think hospitals are these massive places that have all these beds, these ICU beds. That doesn't make the hospitals money. If you guys know anybody who's actually a nurse or work in a hospital, the stuff that makes people money is the turnover stuff, is the surgeries make the hospital money, right? That's why doctors can be a doctor from another place and do his surgeries at a hospital, but yet he has an outpatient clinic location. Most hospitals only have 100 beds for their ICU, anywhere from 50 to 100. So if they're usually at 70%, which in Texas, they're usually at 70%, If 20 people need ICU beds with COVID, okay, the hospital's full now. So they got you out here thinking, Erica, these hospitals, they're full. Even the lady who black woman gave this amazing dramatic sob story about El Paso, the room she was talking about that's called the Pit only had 10 beds in it. 10 beds. So at any given time, this woman was like, they're leaving them to die. It was 10 beds. 10 people. Not saying those 10 people didn't need the best hospital care ever. I'm just want you to understand that people are out here getting emotional and not logical and not doing the math. Okay? You're not going to be able in fourth quarter, because I didn't forget the question. If you try to do Amazon FBA and all this stuff right here, fourth quarter, you're going to have a hard time. Go ask all your favorite little gurus on the internet. They had a hard time getting ads approved on Facebook because of what? The election. So once the election died down and all that advertising money from the election went away, now Facebook is like, yeah, come on, we'll approve you. So when you're actually doing business and you're actually in business and you know the ebbs and flows of business, you can talk about it with true words and true expectations. A lot of y'all have no realistic expectations of business. You have no real expectation of hiring people, firing people, recruiting people, and prospecting. That just is the truth. Nick, come on, Nick, tell them, listen, you'll get on an interview with 20 drivers all ready to work tomorrow to show up. That is the nature of people in certain industries. Thank you, Wainwright. Exactly. There you go. Tyler Perry, he gonna keep making them 47 different TV shows with the same writing over and over again, and them women gonna keep watching them. Thank you, Ryan Renners. Tell them now is the worst time. People who were doing e-commerce for Christmas, they were starting in October. They were starting in September. Right now, if you're a business person, like there's a mastermind happening in Miami the 23rd. And then there's another event happening. Grant Cardone's event happens like February 19th. And people are like, oh, you going to that? Baby, I've already planned my year. I'm already planned all the way to September next year. Like our staff already sat down and met, and this is what happened this month. This is what happened this month. We're going to go do a big push to hire more people this month. We're going to do this. We're going to run these type of ads in February for Black History Month. We're going to do this in March. We're going to do this in April. So you're sitting here trying to talk to y'all. I'm sitting here in all my classes trying to get y'all to just start. Get the habit of starting a business, doing the tasks that take to make the business make income every month. And I think y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm like, business people already plan for the next 90 days. Like I was on the phone with people the other day who already, oh yeah, girl, we're going to go in March and do this. Why? Because they already planned for this 90 days to be so powerful that in March, when we go to Cabo, everybody's straight. Okay. Then you take your break, 90 days, go hard, take a break, 2 weeks break, come back, go hard again. People have already had this plan. If you've been watching CNBC, you've been watching Fox Business, you've been watching any of the market information, they already have companies planning for Q2 and Q3. Why? Q2 and Q3 is when? What month is Q2? Somebody put it in the chat. What month is Q2? Put it in the chat. What month is Q2? Oh, China. China had 21 million cell phones go missing. If you know anything about China's cell phones, go look this up for yourself. If you have a cell phone number in China, you keep it for like till you die. You only get one number. That's your number. You don't get a bunch of numbers. You get one number. And for 21 million numbers to go completely off, no phone calls, no nothing for the past I think it's like past 3 months, 4 months in China, that tells you all you need to know. China can tell us whatever it wants. But 21 million cell phones have stopped working in China. So that tells you all I need to know. Listen, Floyd, I'm telling you, so many people sit here telling you, oh yeah, I did everything organic. I did this, I did that. I even had this guy who's super famous, does 8 figures on Instagram. He literally said, if everything stopped tomorrow, he said, I would go and post 8 to 10 times a day and run 4 ads 4 major ads. Come on, that's sad. Secret weddings. Thank you so much. Listen, Angela, I keep doing this and I keep talking about this, and I'm tired of talking about it, honestly, but I'll do it again. Everybody keep talking about, yeah, man, we're going to get this AI on these trucks. These trucks going to be automatic. Yeah, man, these trucks are going to be automatic. Yeah, that shit ain't happening for 10 years. It's not happening for 10 years. If you could understand a $80 billion industry where everybody's eating off this industry, gas stations, Loves, you have Uber right now. People are like, Uber going to get bought out. No. Uber Freight is right now trying to figure out how to get a gas card started and also get factoring so it can be a powerhouse in trucking. We use Uber Freight for 2 of our authorities. Uber, just to give you an idea of how much trucking is, the software at the grocery store tells them how many days before they'll run out toilet tissue paper, all this stuff in normal conditions. And it hits the information in the system. Just go get a warehouse order. And the truck comes and pick it up. This is why everybody's terrified of the truckers claiming they're going to do a 3-day strike coming up after Thanksgiving. Because if they do a 3-day strike, they will shut down major cities. Cities will run out of gas, cities will run out of water, and cities will run out of oxygen. These are the 3 major components of any city that gets run to them. Trucking's down to a science that if trucks go down for 2 to 3 weeks in America, we will have a real life hits the fan scenario. Real life. We have a real life Mad Max scenario. And y'all think I'm joking, but you can go look this up. This is documented. 2 to 3 weeks, all hospitals will be out of oxygen tanks, medicine, water, you name it. We'll be out of gas. We'll be out of everything. Our system is so dependent on trucks to continuously move every 24 hours, just nonstop movement. It's so dependent on it. There's not even enough automated trucks. They gave out 30,000 Sikh Indians visas to come drive in America, and an additional 15,000 different countries in Africa visas to come drive in America. That's how much we depend on trucking in America. There's gas stations and roadsides and stops and places that the only reason those businesses are open is because truckers came through during all this cough. Okay. So I get it. Everybody's like, man, they're going to automate these trucks. Listen, the average trucker is 45 to 55 years old. It'll take about a good 10 years for that crop of men to be done. The younger men that are 21 to 23, I keep telling y'all, I'm going to take a picture one day when I drive by it. The location here in Austin that teaches people at a truck driving school in a 4-week, like quick, fast class training, it went from like a few people coming out the door, 4 or 5, to 35 people in that parking lot. And it's only a 3-acre parking lot. It's off Pflugerville. It's off the main road, Pflugerville. Anybody can go find it if they want to check what I'm saying. You have to understand this industry, they're making too much money. You have too many lobbyists with their feet in it. 90% of all trucking authorities have 6 or less trucks in them. 97% have 20 trucks or less in them. This ain't going nowhere. This ain't going nowhere. Roy Cooper should have been kicked out, but he wasn't. So, no, I don't think so. No, they actually cannot, Matthew. That's not how that works. You have food grade trailers and you have freezer. You have different things that do different things. S&S Consulting. Thank you for your service. Activated means extra work for dumb reasons. Thank you. She's a service member. She knows. There you go. I mean, listen, again, that's why when people try to fuss with me about Texas, I'm like, okay, sure. Thank you. You know, these people are on some stuff. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Listen, I did quote you, Steve. People want to live like consumers, but want to consume all day, but live like producers. Yeah. Honey, I've been checked out that V for Vendetta. Been seen it. I would say London so here's let me just say this about Chicago, and I'm be nice. Chicago has 50% black male unemployment and a high black population. Chicago's been needed to be worried about other issues for a long time before this came out. You know what I mean? And again, when you're talking about living in two Americas, Chirac is this prime example of living in two Americas. There's no reason why a city of that magnitude, that is a mini baby New York, a mini baby, LA, mini baby New York, really, but there's no reason it should have that much unemployment. You should even just have a funnel of black men just going into trade schools, but you don't. So Chicago has its own problems outside of that. I know it's there's no thinking. People aren't really thinking. Thank you, Ray Gun. Surgery to make money. They want you turning them beds. Hospitals don't have a ton of beds. So here, Willie, here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna do. You can just leave the channel. I blocked you. I'm done. Again, this is where we have people like, well, I'm a medical doctor. Only I can talk about this. No, this is how America dies when dummies come on here and tell you can't talk about anything else. Just talk about investing. All these things play into each other. If you don't study people, if you don't study how people and money and all these interactions and people living with their grandmas because they can't afford a house, all these people buying houses coming out of California, New York will impact these environments. It's bigger than investing. Please do not come on my channel ever and tell me to shut up about something. That is rude, one. And two, it shows how ignorant you are because you can't be a fully functioning person. This is why United States, that's why when they made the Constitution, they said it's a republic if you can keep it. Because they knew a percentage of our population is some dumb dummies. Some dumb dummies. That's what they knew. They knew it. They knew they were dumb. They knew they could not have more than one specialty conversation. That's why you'll have people out here who are like, I'm an engineer. No friends, no family, no nothing. Can't hold conversation. Sorry. No, that's not me. I know, right? Come on. Exactly. See, they had to know that was coming. Oh, yeah, we're going to get ad blocker on my computer. Okay. And they're going to run ads on it either way. Skyhead doesn't care. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Listen, Minnie just said that. I'm just reading what Minnie says. Well, Willie, I am a nurse in New York, and over 95% had no symptoms, and 4% get sick and still recover. The rest were too sick or too old to begin with. I'm just telling you. She's not giving advice. I mean, I'm just telling you how hospitals work and how people see a hospital and think this huge hospital. They don't understand that certain beds, like that's why when you have a baby, you can only be there for 2 days because they're like this. They don't have enough beds for anything. This is why doulas have been going up in popularity. Small birthing centers have been going up in popularity because they know you need time to recover. If you move too fast right after you have a baby, your uterus will fall. Okay. But the hospital pushing you out the door 2 days later. Come on now. Again, all these things play into each other. And if you aren't capable enough of thinking multi-layered, don't come on the channel. I'm just being really honest. Again, exactly. Q2 is in the spring. Q2 is April through June. What's going to happen by April and June? These parents are going to lose their damn mind. These kids got to get out of the house. These people are going to be booking vacations. These Airbnbs going to be booked up. These boat trips going to be booked up. People going to be buying boats. I've got 2 friends right now who are buying boats. I got one friend putting a pool in their house. They are investing their money. They will be back out of the house. CNBC is already talking about Q2 and Q3. Companies, concerts. That's why y'all see all these movies they're putting out. All the movies are trying to go right in the middle of the summer. And then 2022 summer, because they know that's when people are going to be like, I'm out of my house. I can't take it. They already know. They already planning for April. Honey, when those refunds drop, honey, we ain't even able to control these people. Tyler Perry been giving away some stuff. Honey, I already was looking for booking these locations for next year for our family. It's already booked. All the places I was trying to book Vermont for next September, booked up on Airbnb. I've been trying to book up stuff for next July, booked. I've been trying to book snowboarding in January with a group of friends, booked. These y'all don't know. Y'all don't know. And this is the thing. People love trying to say how they're gonna be a passport person. They're gonna get some woman from overseas or some man overseas, and they really have never been out of the country. I've traveled to about I've been traveling with Carnival Cruises. I know that's one thing since a kid, since for like 20 years. But on top of that, went overseas, went to Germany, Panama, Mexico, parts of Mexico, couple different border areas. You know, you name the little islands, Haiti, different things. We've been to them. Belize, been to several little countries. And so when people try to sit here and tell you, yeah, it's so much better over there, and you actually talk to people who live over there right now, you're living in a third world country. So of course your rent's $200. Of course you have a maid to clean your whole house for $50. You changed her life paying her $50. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if rent's $200, she only need 4 Americans and her life is golden. You know, so it's just some of the stuff I'm seeing out here. I would love to see an AI truck in Wyoming or traffic in LA or navigate NYC. Again, people are in this delusional state that they've heard one person promote AI. Yeah, AI is coming to take over. Again, have you been to Virginia and DC where you have 100-year-old streets, 200-year-old streets, small navigational turns? There's not trucks that can do that. Not automatic trucks. Definitely hit the like button for this content. I hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. Listen, thank you. Wall Street Journal did an article. What will happen if trucks stop? Mad Max 2.2. And it's not even 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks is the max, right? When everything is just, we are out here Mad Max Thunderdome in it. But literally within a week, we're out of gas. Like, unless you live near a military base, we are out of gas. Well, a lot of people don't realize Venezuela provides a lot of gas to us. We have all this news making it like Venezuela is terrible, but we get a lot of gas from Venezuela. After a week, we run out of gas, we run out of water, we run out of oxygen. Go Google this stuff. I mean, y'all think I'm making this stuff up. This is actually researched often. And that's why truckers know if they stop for just 8 hours, like they did in 2012, and literally 3 or 4 major cities ran out of water and gas and all kind of stuff. They ran out. Listen, the Mormons, they stopped. They ain't playing with y'all. This is my problem too. When people sit here and like, we're food insecure. Your whole backyard ought to be groceries by now. If you are that food insecure, you should have just buckets and pots full of plants and lemon trees and vegetables growing in your whole backyard. If you sit outside for 6-7 hours waiting on a turkey and some potatoes, I don't care if you just got a balcony at your apartment. You should be growing something, because that don't make no kind of sense. What's up, St. Lucia? Come through. Thank you so much. It won't. I'm gonna tell you right now why it won't. They're trying it right now at the ports. Oh my God. And there's so much, the insurance companies and everybody's having a titty right now at the ports because they've tried, and the trucks only go like this at the port, just enough, just like a little bit. And they're like, oh, there's accidents already. And I'm like, and they're trying it. They're trying it at the port. Oh, I saw that. I was like, oh, let me hear him get my private pilot license. Developing countries. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I mean, yeah, you're not having any automatic trucks through there. Who is this person? What's up, yo, bro? My name is Erica Williams of the Classy Climb blog, YouTuber managing millions in assets, and I'm author of Smartphone Millionaire book, How to Invest in People, Businesses, and Real Estate from the palm of your hand. If I've made it to YouTube referral, oh, nobody, y'all. I might be out here. This is true, R. Jones. Skynet's referring me. It's getting scary out here. It really does. And Haiti is who we keep stepping our neck on. Tell them these DC roads is tiny. If you go look on Instagram is a great reporter of the flow of people. All these people started going to Utah. And it was funny because they couldn't go to Canada. They couldn't go to other countries. They couldn't go to Italy. So they were going to Utah en masse. And so if you look at the timelines, it was just crazy. I know I do want to do the hot springs in Denver. I want to try it. Oh, Ben B. This is the thing. This December 31st is about to get real. You got a good December 31st to about February 5th. It's going to be funky. It's going to be something else in America because I'm in too many mastermind groups where people are already like ramping up their wholesaling and their marketing, and real estate agents are like, hey, do you need to sell your house kind of stuff? Because people who have, and I'm being careful here, people who really could have used this whole year to change their skills. But we have a lot of people in America like, don't be stressing people to change their skills. They need to relax and not have anxiety. And I'm like, you need to worry about being able to eat in January. That unemployment that's running out, whoo, and that moratoriums. Listen, y'all think Joe Biden gonna be your friend? These moratoriums for not getting y'all kicked out are not. They are rolling back. They are rolling back. I'm just gonna tell you. I would say we can survive without New York. I know everybody's like, New York is the financial powerhouse. Actually, you have backup in Chicago. You actually have a backup in Tennessee. You actually have another backup in New Jersey. And you actually have a London Stock Exchange and London financial markets, they battle between New York for number 1 and number 2. But again, New Yorkers love that. So I'm going to let them have it. Block them in Jesus' name. Oh, those travel trailers are blowing up. Listen, there's another person I shared in the community tab where he made videos 2 years ago. And then he just mysteriously stopped making videos. And everybody's like, oh my God, are you okay? Or you're right. He's like, oh yeah, I got in an apartment and I make guitars, custom guitars for people. I don't know if you know about custom guitars, but they are very expensive. His custom guitar YouTube channel has 500,000 subscribers. So you see how quickly he got out of that truck, sleeping in the back of that truck. He used the skill he had. Okay. We don't want to talk about that though. I mean, that's the thing, Nick Taylor. That's the thing I laugh about because I'm like, people prospecting, follow up, and money. 9 times out of 10, you see all these people flooding relationship channels. And I'm going to tell you why. Because of money. All these relationship channels really blew up during COVID because of money. And people were isolated and was like, yo, I need to get in a relationship. I need to get married like yesterday. So all these soy boys and all these men eating chili on their couch can tell me to shut up all they want. But I know, and you know, and we all know that what's about to happen here. Marriage is going to go up. Cohabitation going to go up. And it's not even out of a like, oh, she's the hottest woman I've ever seen in my life. Because if you ever ask any man, every woman he's with is a 10. That's why my uncle used to make the joke. Every woman's a 10 to somebody. Because that's the real truth of it. That a lot of you are marrying number 4 Susie and you're going to be happy about it and you're going to eat your chili and be happy. So just please miss me with that, okay? Miss me with all this internet talk where you don't have no avatar on your face because, again, like Black Twitter, they'll drag you in the streets, okay? The thing of it is people are intimidated when they can't easily identify you. Nick Taylor, when they can't put you in a box and say, oh, you're this, it's confusing to them. Again, that's why when you had George Bush, when he left the presidency, he became an amazing painter. Has anybody seen George Bush's paintings? They're like award winning. So really, the joke is, man, George Bush should have just stayed a painter, and his brother Jeb Bush should have been the real president. But that's just it. We can't take people having multi skills or being knowledgeable. We can't take it. We just cannot take it for whatever reason. It hurts our hearts that people know something more than we know. So, what's up, Nicholas? Welcome to the channel. I don't know what I did for Skynet to be recommending me to all you people, but welcome. Skynet's out here recommending me, y'all. Watch out now. I done talk too bad about Skynet. Exactly. I know. The guy who owns Cleveland Browns, I think he owes a Pilot J. I'm not certain, but I can go look that up. I'm telling you. Chicago, get it together, Chicago. Mm-hmm. Double Anna, data scientists can make 200, 300,000. Go check the Big Money Growth channel. He's making crazy money. Data scientists, if your cousin or a relative is being a data scientist right now, bump transportation, data science, they can make 300 grand. They can make crazy money. Like, I keep trying to get y'all to understand that, like, when it comes to transportation, it comes to some of these service businesses, you make big gross money, and I mean gross, not net. But once the net is, again, that's where it gets funky, and that's where loans come in, and that's why you see these big boys who own trucking companies. If it really is the truth be told, and I'm gonna tell a lot of it next year, some of these people have 5% margins, 10% margins. It's the fact that they own the land the truck park on, they own the gas station, they own the stuff. All it's like when the gold rush happened. They weren't the guy digging for the gold. They're the guy selling the shovels, but I'll just leave it there. Just leave it there. Stop it. Yeah, truckers are claiming they're going to protest this week. We about to find out, man. We about to find out. Listen, a lot of these people out here are looking like somebody's old balled up daddy, but claiming they getting tens. I just ain't going to say nothing more on that. Well, thank you, yo, bro. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, anybody who's in transportation has to realize, hey, there it is. Big Money Growth. For the person who asked about data scientists, go check out this channel. Big Money Growth. His channel, he's a data scientist. Check out his channel. He makes all kind of crazy bank. Listen, y'all. Come on, tell them. Tell these people. It's a person who wrote a book on his time during the economic collapse in Argentina. The first thing he did is get married and have a kid because he was so lonely during the rolling blackouts. Now, I know everybody's out here playing their PS5 or whatever, but you can only pay your PS5 so long without talking to people. There's too many studies on it. Now, I'm not saying that women can just be rude, loud, obnoxious, treat people bad, do any of those things and be out of shape and have a bunch of kids. I didn't say you could do that, sis. You're going to have to be the best you could be, because that's just the nature of it. You're going to have to be the best, whatever you got. You're going to bring them everything you bring in, because again, that doesn't mean anybody's going to accept anything. I'm going to just say it like that in a nice way. Thank you so much, Barry Rutledge. It has. If you go read a lot of stuff, it's been around forever. Thank you so much. Come on, tell them. They will listen. They will not. Y'all are not. This isn't going to roll forever. ABL, what you doing in here? Man, what's up, ABL? Listen, it's a man among men. Congratulating on getting married. Congratulations. I think that's amazing. Tennessee, right now I'm trying to get an Airbnb in Nashville. But that's all I'll say about that. Let me see. I know y'all got some more going in here. Let me read a little bit more, wrap it up. Thank you. Thank you so much. Charlotte is a little NYC. It's a little baby NYC. Listen, everybody, listen. Let me tell you something. I'm in one of these travel groups, and inside the travel group, they had a what did they have? They had a like the getaways, right? They sent out emails about when stuff is $100, $200, and people will wear these things out, y'all. They'd be like, "Yeah, I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to Tulum," and I'd look up, and the price for a round trip from Houston to Tulum was $120. So all these Instagrammers showing you that they're living the biggest life ever. There's a reason why. What's up, Olivia? Thank you for supporting the channel. Recent subby, love your channel. I'm setting up 2 streams of income. One I got from YouTube. Congrats. Listen, it is. It's 1 in 5, but magic on YouTube. Everybody make that. Well, I'm glad you're not on strike, because I mean, if you on strike, Nick, then everybody on strike. Francis Oko, check out the website, Erica Williams. I had put it up there, but also I'll be putting it out here. I just discovered. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I have not been on Black Manosphere for a while now. Not been over there in a while. I crack up, but I did see O'Shea come back. Wow, thank you so much, Sweet Melody. I appreciate that. Yeah, truckers are claiming they may again. So as I wrap it up, I just want to say this. We've been on here an hour. Okay. Long and the story short, you will see more people. Again, you have to figure out these 4. Okay. People, prospecting, follow up, and money. Figure out how you're going to get the money, how you're going to make the money. A lot of people are saying they're going to be online, but I don't know if that's true. Making money. Some of y'all are going to have to get to making money with your hands. Okay. And if you are one of those people that want to make money on the computer, on with people and with their hands, check out the Middleman of Millions course. Check out the Tax Lane course. That's investing. And check out some of the No Kingmakers course I have coming up. Some good stuff coming up there. Part of what I want y'all to understand is you will see more people moving out to the woods, buying houses in the middle of nowhere, buying rundown cabins. You'll see more tiny house theory kind of coming out here. You'll see more, mobile home investing and house purchasing out here. If you can hear me, and I mean this literally, there's 39 days left in this year. There are 4 major lanes: tech, trades, sales, managers. If you go look on Indeed.com at any given time and see this stuff out here, these are the 4 major that you'll see for the next 5 years. These are not just projections. I've been to too many seminars and too many talks. Anything around a trade that touches your hands, you can be a nurse and be a trade, a doctor and be a trade. Tech is anything in and around tech, because you'll have a class of people that make stuff for tech for folks who don't want to learn tech. Now, what does that mean? If you ever met your grandpa and your grandma, they don't want to know every ins and out of some computer and phone, but they want to know how to use it. So there'll be a marketplace for the dumbed down tech, or the older people tech, or the young people tech. Again, you see how they put all these children on Zoom calls, and these parents couldn't figure out Zoom calls. Let me say that again. You put all these millions of children on Zoom calls, and you would think we have a nation of very educated people, and parents couldn't figure out Zoom calls. Okay. See what I'm saying? All right. Like, just think about the level of what we're talking about here. Will there be people who stay up in their house all the way to April next year? Yes. There will be families. But do not call these Americans, these patriots who are coming out here with no mask or whatever, going out, living their daily life and making money, selfish or entitled. This country runs on people getting up every day and going out the door. Yes, it depends on people doing the computer stuff, but a lot of it is people physically touching things and making them run. Okay? So when I bring those things up to you, that's what I mean. I want you to focus on those. If you're somebody who would stand out in a food line and you're watching my channel, you need to be growing a garden right now. You need to be working and partner with the farm. If you got teenagers, they can work hours on farms. Farmers come up with all kind of crafty ideas for teenagers to come work for them. You need to be partnering with people. You need to be getting in a good community. I don't know if truckers are going to strike the day after Thanksgiving. Either way, I'm prepared. Either way, we've increased our sign-on bonus for December to hire a whole new batch of drivers, and we're only going to be driving regional. My trucking companies will only drive regional. There is changes coming to insurance to change it from 1 million to 2 million. I'm bracing myself for that hard because it changes a lot of numbers. And I want you to understand that, like, there's a lot moving, but make sure you're in movement. If you're sitting in your house just going to sit and think through Christmas, man, God bless you. I'll pray for you, but this country's moving either way. This is one of the biggest transfers of wealth you will ever see in your life. If you think gentrification is bad, pay attention. You're about to see a lot of people be gentrified right on out of there what they have right now. So that's what I have for y'all. It's been real. It's 423 people here. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you support the channel. Everybody who's super chatted, I appreciate it. Everybody who's cashed app. There's like 2 of y'all. I appreciate that. Thank you, Big Money Girl, for sharing this. Again, those in live training this week, I think Wednesday, if I'm not flying, we'll have our YouTube class, and Tuesday we'll have our Rise of 20% class because it's important. Some of the things we need to strategize for the rest of the year are important. So yeah, a lot more homeless people for next year, for sure. And here's my thing. I tell y'all this all the time. If you're stubborn enough to not make change right now, and you'd willingly be homeless in California and some of these states, you know, you can't afford. New York has over 300, like I think 200,000 homeless people. I think they have 50,000 homeless children that they last checked. Do it for your children. Do it for yourself. Do it to get out of these situations. Do not stay in these states you cannot afford. There's nothing beautiful about sleeping in your car to stay in California just so you can say you live next to Los Angeles. There's nothing cool about that. Go ahead and move out to these little nowhere places and get you something, because it's gonna be some changes. But anyway, thank you guys for coming tonight. Let me see what else y'all got in here. Good night. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate y'all. So anyways, you guys, it's your girl Erica, Classy Climb blog. Hey, grab the gratitude journal or the new Classy Climb planner coming out for 2021. Later, you guys.